How's everyone doing this lovely Friday? You'll notice it's me, Nadim. I'm joined by JC. How's it going, JC?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you, Nadim?
I'm doing great, thanks. So, for everyone who doesn't know, JC is a scooter enthusiast, one of our insiders, a pro beta rider, fellow Montrealer, um, longtime fan of the brand. So, we thought we'd have a little chat with JC today and get into some interesting topics about just daily use with scooters, the Apollo lineup, the scooter community, and some interesting micromobility news as well. Before we start, I'm just going to shout out a few people in the chat, the regulars, Austin, Trexologist. How's it going, Randy? What's up, guys? Cool. So we're going to have a bit of a different format today. So we'll take some questions at the end, but today's going to be a bit more of a chat with me and JC. Before we start, a couple of announcements to make. Finally hit 5 million kilometers ridden on the scooters, which is super exciting, a huge milestone for us. And to celebrate, we've got a new sale coming. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe tomorrow, this week, sometime soon. If you have not subscribed to the newsletter, subscribe. You'll get all the latest information. We've got big discounts on our models from $150 to $500 off, which is super exciting. And that's just to celebrate this huge occasion, this huge milestone. Also, for those who haven't noticed, phone support is now live on the website. So if you have any questions, you can just head over to our support page, our contact us page, and dial the number on the phone, and we'll get back to you. I think we're answering calls in less than a minute. I believe our response time is 42 seconds. So you'll get connected right away. We're right now just offering phones 9 to 5 on weekdays, but we're hoping to expand that coverage as the summer season goes along. Cool. That's it for announcements. So, JC,
Yes.
thanks for joining today, man.
My pleasure.
So, yeah, tell me a little bit about like your journey into scooters. When did you start, and where are you at right now?
Actually, it was very random, I should say. I went to Costco, and over there was like a scooter out of the box that you could actually try, and it was like a Segway, something about like $1,000 Segway, and I tried it in the store actually, and I really was like, wow, it's so much fun. I need one of those, but I knew nothing about scooters, so I thought that like, okay, that's a good scooter, right? And then I start like looking into it, and I quickly learned that, all right, for a guy my size, my weight, this is like 250 watts. It's gonna go like 10-kilometer range. It's not gonna make it.
Yeah,
so then I started, studying into it, and then I got like a suggestion on the website, or I think it was Google or something, about Apollo, and I saw that you actually was about to release the Apollo City, and the specs were interesting and everything. So I actually put an order for it, but then I kind of study a little more, and then I realized that where I live is lots of hills. So I actually call Apollo and I said, all right, can I change my mind? Can I just pay the difference for a Phantom instead? And they say, yeah, no worries, you're just gonna pay the difference. And then what I actually got is a Phantom V2. And that Phantom, I actually put 2,000 kilometers on it. And it was really, really cool to ride, and actually upgraded to the V3 with the package. That was my Christmas gift from my girlfriend. And wow, what a difference it made, introducing the regen. Also, the throttle was way smoother, way more linear, more like anything that's like vehicle grade, like a motorcycle, like a car. It was a game changer, right? And then I was following you up, guys, and then I saw the development of the Pro, and I actually made the move. I chipped in for a Pro Beta, which I don't regret at all. It was very like a fun experience, and also the Pro, man, is like, wow, like it's a work of art. I mean, just looking at it, I was going around the neighborhood here, I would get like people would stop and ask, what is that? Like, wow, it's so cool. And, for real, it's turning heads, but it's not why I got it, but it's always nice, to have something like that doesn't look like other stuff that's out there. With the lights, I mean, the Pro is the king of the night, right? And I mean, and y'all got the nice things like the IP66, which is super important. Even if you're like, all right, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna go out in the rain, but what if it rained 2 hours before you go ride? There's puddles, right? You're gonna get splash. No, not with a Pro because of the fenders. Also, I mean, the regen brake. I don't understand why it's not like widespread through the industry. It's just like, honestly, it's the way to go. And all the linearity, that response of the throttle, it's really a vehicle grade scooter. It's great, and Apollo is a whole community, is a family. You feel you're part of something. I don't know any other company that does what you're doing, guys, like this live stream. All the things that you do it's you're the top brand, actually.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, for us, it's so important to maintain like that level of connection that we have with the community. It's what put Apollo on the map, and honestly, it's why we launched all those features with the Pro and have done with our different models, is because that's what everyone wanted. They kept telling us like the regen, it's game changer, do it more, do it better, and that's what we've been doing. So
it's also safer. Yeah. It's also safer because having already scooters with disc brakes, disc brakes are very easy to lock up. And if you're in a situation like you're in an emergency or a little bit of panic, it's just too easy to squeeze too hard and like lock up. While the regen is, it's so smooth, you can't lock up with a regen. So it adds a safety. I mean, I put people on my Pro that never actually rode any scooters, and it was just like natural for them,
Right.
So that's something on the Pro. It's like walking, right? You get on it, you just give a brief explanation, and then boom, it's it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is such a unique experience. Hard to say until you try it. And I actually think that you might have been one of the first people to get the Pro and ride it. I remember when you came by the office that one time as well.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a little inside story. I got like quite friendly with Eloi and Maciek, and I was working at the Montreal Grand Prix Formula One, and I said, it would be nice that I could get there. For me, it would be much easier to get there with a scooter. But back then, I had my Phantom, and they say, "Wait a minute, we have a like a prototype that we could like give to you like for the weekend, and that would be nice. You could show off the Pro." And I said, "Yeah, that seems like a good idea." I had the chrome one, by the way. So I did go, and I did on purpose. I went around to make sure that the mechanic from the Formula One see it. And it created like a wow effect. People were amazed because there's nothing like that. So I was actually the first to get to ride the Pro. Yeah.
To ride the Pro. Yeah, I even haven't ridden the Chrome version, so you've done something that I haven't done yet. That's cool, man. And great, yeah. So a little bit of insights on your journey with Apollo. A bit more generally, like what's your experience been like with the Apollo team? I mean, you're a local, you're in Montreal, you're in and out of the office. Like you said, you have a relationship with Eloi and Match, but also with the team at the hub in Montreal. What's that been like? Just being, so close to the team and being able to pop in and out.
Yeah, well, actually, I didn't really have any issue with my scooter, so I didn't really have. It was mostly questions, right? But the support was like super, like instantly, especially in the beta program. I mean, the team put a good focus there. I got like the answers very fast. But I'm an insider, so I'm actually helping Eloi and the team to like develop what's coming. I cannot talk about it, but there are a few things coming. And it should be very interesting, and it's moving fast. So stay tuned, guys, because more amazing stuff will come eventually. And I mean, I'm there to actually help and make sure that it's going to stay awesome as it is, but even more awesome.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of what I said, right? Like, I think it's easy to say, oh, we listen to customer feedback, but like, at Apollo, we actually do. Our customers really are,
Hi,
all
Justin.
of the insiders are involved. Hey, Justin, are involved in the process as well, and have that direct relationship with the team, which is really great to see. Um, cool. All right. So let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about your scooters. So you said that
Yep.
you started with the Phantom and then you got into the Pro. Do you have any other scooters, and what's that like?
Yeah, well, I actually have another brand. It's the Cabo Wolf King GTR, and this is it's a totally different riding experience. The Cabo Wolf King GTR, for those who know, it's like a very fast scooter, very powerful, and that's the thing. That thing tries to kill you all the time. Okay, it's that the throttle is not like linear. It's super sensitive. You have to be absolutely focused. Um, it's not like the Pro, for instance. The Pro is like walking, right? I said it before. It's so natural. It feels like stable. It feels like, but riding scooters, you always have to pay attention, guys. Remember that. But that's mostly the difference. Also, the Cabo is probably not like as well finished as a Pro. You see wires dangling and stuff. The build quality is not on par with the Pro. Of course, no regen brakes, but like you have like a kind of hybrid tires on the GTR, which I like, because sometimes it can happen that you ride in gravel and stuff like that. Not that I try to, but sometimes unavoidable. The suspension also is great. I mean, there's a long travel on the suspension, but the thing is that the deck is very high, so it can be like an advantage if you go over something, but it's a disadvantage if you're short, or you have to stop a lot because you put your leg down. It's uncomfortable. While the Pro has a lower deck, still high though by scooter standards, but lower. Also, the GTR not IP66, so and the fenders are like ridiculous. I mean, they didn't even try. I mean, they're not doing anything. Okay, you ride in a puddle, you get splashed. While the Pro, the way the fender are made, it's me. I mean, all scooters should be like that. It's a no-brainer, Right. So yeah, so I ride both, like back and forth. When I feel like I don't wanna like hold on to my life, I take the Pro. And when I want a little bit of adrenaline, I will take the Cabo Wolf King GTR. Also, the Cabo has a removable battery, so that can be an advantage for some people. And overall, Pro has more features, of course. Like, one thing is when I ride the Cabo, I'm trying to put my phone somewhere. Oh yeah, I don't have the quad lock on this one.
Yep.
Okay, I need to buy one.
Exactly. There are different scooters for different use cases, but the GTR is definitely a beast. If you're looking for a thrill, that's definitely one of the scooters to look at. But as Sexologist is saying in the chat here, all well and good, but dangerous and unnecessarily heavy.
And more maintenance intensive. Like when I first got it, I had to bleed the brakes, and then I had to bleed again a month later. And suspension is creaking a lot. I always need to clean it and lube it. And it's for the people that likes to play with mechanical stuff, I would say. While the Pro, honestly, the only thing I had to do is one time I lube up the suspension, and that was it. And then check my tire pressure. And I haven't done any maintenance other than that, and keep it clean, of course. And I'm the one who's crazy enough to wash it with a garden hose, even though it's not recommended by Apollo. But I did it anyways, and nothing happened. Right.
Yeah. Um, Good point. I want to touch a little bit about safety and maintenance.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about, like, you're a super user, you use your scooter all the time. What are some tips and tricks that you can share with the community about safety when it comes to making sure your scooter is in its optimal condition and
Yeah.
it's ready to go before you ride? And then what are some maintenance things that you do as well?
Well, I would say like inspect it, like check every details, make sure every bolts are tight. Check your brakes before leaving, check your tire pressure, because tire pressure, not only it's going to reduce your range, but also you don't want to get a flat while you're like 50 kilometers away from your house. Wear your safety gear, of course. And while you're driving, um, pay attention. Don't be like, oh, I'm thinking about my girlfriend, the weekend, whatever. You're like a car. You're out there without any protection, without a car around you, right? And you have to think that all the people driving the cars, they want to kill you, okay? Because that's like how things happen. Is like the driver never saw you. I mean, I have close calls. I've never had an accident, never had a crash, never had a fall. And I'm the one that can go fast with the GTR. Even with the Pro, I reached 75 kilometers per hour on a private road. But that's the thing, you have to be careful. You have to think of the others. It's not just safety, but it's also image, guys. The scooter is like kind of new, and it's not mainstream yet. And there will always be people that hate like everything that's new, everything that's not theirs. It's annoying. So like you're like the ambassador of the image. So if you're passing by kids super fast, if you're coming behind people and you scare them, um, it's a bad image. So what I do is like when there's people around, I just go slow. I announce myself. I ring the bell. I make sure that they see me, they hear me coming. I really care for the others, and that's really important. And also, you have to care for yourself. So
Right.
always wear an helmet, guys. Always. You don't want to go fast. Maybe like a bicycle helmet like this, which you can buy uh, any hardware store or sports store. I bought this one in Canadian Tire for those who are from Canada. Or if you have like something that's a little faster, like a Pro or a Cabo Wolf King GTR, you might go for the full face DOT motorcycle helmet. This is the one I use always now. Um, because if you fly over your handlebars, you're gonna land your face first on
Yeah.
on the pavement. You're gonna break all your precious teeth. It's about $1,000 each if you want to get that fixed. Just so you
Right.
know. Also, good gloves, right, with knuckle protections. You can even go as like even body protection, like elbow protection. This is not very expensive. I got that for $60, but it's not super high quality either, so it's not gonna last for long. Already my zipper is broken, but there are probably options that are more expensive but better quality. So the more equipment you get, the better, just in case. You never know. I'm 43
Right.
years old. I don't want to break a collarbone. I don't want to break an arm. So for me, safety is top priority. And you can never buy too much protective gear.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah. So a couple of really important points there. I think recognize we share the road with other people. So it's important to be mindful of them, just like you want them to be mindful of you. The road can be dangerous for a lot of different reasons: potholes, people popping out of nowhere, cars, bicycles, pedestrians.
Wildlife.
So just always be, yeah, wildlife, depending on where you
Yeah.
live. Always be vigilant and just, treat the road with respect. No one wants to think about a worst case scenario, but the worst case scenario can always exist. And I think that's where that safety gear is super important. Even if you're not going that fast, it can happen and it can save your life at the end of the day. So
Yep.
for everyone
Totally.
who is riding a scooter in the community here and doesn't have any of that safety gear, please do consider it and get some. There's a very big community of people that are always willing to share recommendations on helmets, jackets that you can get, elbow pads. It's so accessible these days. So Please
Yeah.
please do that.
And if you're new, if you're buy your first scooter, like try it in a like empty parking before, and make sure you're really comfortable before going on the road. I'm on many groups, on some groups on Facebook, and for e-scooters. And I'm not gonna say his name though, but there's this guy who bought like a Weeped, and if you know what's a Weeped, it's like very high-end scooter from Korea, very powerful. So he just posted on the group, "Yay, I have my Weeped," puts the pictures, all happy and everything. And I swear, okay, 2 hours later, put pictures back, he crashed.
Yeah.
He totaled the scooter. And he got slightly injured there. He was lucky. And he also damaged a car, actually hit a car. And then he was like totally devastated by that. And he sold like the wreck scooter after he was like, I'm done with that. So don't be that guy, right?
Yeah, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable with the scooter before you ride.
Exactly.
But cool, man. Thanks for sharing your gear and thanks for sharing some of the tips on how to ride safely. I want to talk a little bit about the Apollo lineup. So like you said, Phantom, Pro. So
Yep.
would you consider yourself, I guess, what do you use your scooter for? Like how often do you use it and what are the types of things that you use it for? Is it more joyriding or commuting or what is it?
It's a mix of everything, to be honest. I live in Canada, so we have like the good season and the not good season, which is the winter, right? And for me, this year was kind of weird. I actually rode in February a bit, even in December, because actually it's not that much the cold, but it's the snow, right? So if there's no snow and it's like around 0 Celsius, sorry guys, I don't know what's in Fahrenheit, but like near freezing, I will ride, but I'm not gonna leave my scooter outside because I'm scared for the battery,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I use it to go to work as much as I can. My commute is 11 kilometers to go to work. It's like 90% bike path, so it's just perfect. I don't even need to charge at work, and that's like, as I try to use it as much as I can. And sometimes, I have an SUV. It's not because I don't have a car. I do have a car, a nice luxury SUV. And when I maximize my scooter usage, I put gas maybe every 3 weeks, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, in a month, I can save like $150, $200 of gas, and that's of course money saving, but also less pollution, right?
Right.
And of course, I also do some joy rides, in the weekends, in the evenings. I just like to go out, and it makes me go out more. And the thing with the scooter is, if you're in a hurry, yeah, you can go fast, you go to work. But if you just want to go slow and look around and, hear the birds, look around and see stuff that you normally not really feel or see when you're in a car, scooters are just fantastic for that. I mean, you have this sense of freedom, of liberty. It's like standing up and you're moving without any effort.
Right.
You have to try to actually fall in love with that. And I mean, most people that actually try it, they do fall in love with e-scooters. So try it if you didn't try it, right? Yeah, right.
It's such a unique experience, right? It's kind of like a bike, but without any of the physical effort that goes into it. So it's like you said, like you feel like you're gliding, and it's nice to be, especially when the weather's nice, you're out, you feel the wind in your face. Like there's such a nice experience there. But cool. So is there a kind of scooter? I guess the question is, what kind of scooter would you like to see Apollo release in the future? And this is a question I'm opening to the audience as well, who's listening. Leave your comments in the chat. What's next from Apollo for you?
Yeah, well, me personally, I cannot speak for everyone. I think that the lineup that actually the Apollo have actually is quite good. I sold the Phantom because I didn't really have the need for the Phantom anymore because of the Pro. Like the Pro was so nice. Me, I think it's hard to say, man, but me, I like power, man, now because of maybe because of the Cabo. But the Cabo is like is not like nice to go slow with. It wants to go fast. So I would like something that can go fast, mostly acceleration, right? I don't need to go 100 kilometers per hour. I like the acceleration though, because sometimes you can get out of trouble by
Right.
accelerating or merging in the traffic. So good acceleration that would be something nice. And maybe I don't know, like a little bit more suspension travel, like a better suspension, or yeah, I think I know it's quite a challenge to have like a powerful like I don't know, like a 72-volt with the regen and all that stuff. It's hard on the controllers and everything, but I don't know, the way I see it, that that could be nice. Maybe a little bit bigger battery, just a little bit. I don't know. Like
Right.
have I know most people, they don't like actually need that range, but once in a while it's nice to go on a long journey.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I get that. Yeah, I think Brian says it really nicely here. A city with the power and speed of the Phantom. I think that's
Yeah,
that the riding experience that you get with the city, but with also the power and that exhilaration that you get with the Phantom as well. That's I think one of the things that's maybe a bit missing in the lineup today. But keep your eyes
yeah.
open. I think we've got
I,
something coming.
I was like when I forgot the name of that scooter, the one with you put your feet on both
The
sides
Explorer.
there, the Explorer. For me, I thought it was a good idea, especially with the
Mhm.
removable battery.
Yeah.
Having something that you can have quite some range, but not as heavy as if you can remove the battery. It makes it more lighter, right? When you put it in your SUV,
Mhm.
or me, I live in a condo. No elevator. I need to bring it up, and sometimes even I'm a jack dude, but you don't want to do that all the time. So yeah, something like that can be light, foldable. You can fold, make it like smaller, so you
Yeah.
can leave it in your living room. It's not taking much space. For me, the Explorer it's like a good idea for me. It's just maybe the feed both sides. People are maybe like it's not natural for scooter enthusiasts to ride it like that. So,
Right.
but it's like you got to try it, really to uh, to see. I haven't tried it, by the way.
I did, yeah. It's great. It
Yeah,
was really interesting an experience to ride it side by like to ride with your feet side by side. I felt like I had a lot more control over the scooter.
it's also
Um,
very unique. You don't see that a
yeah,
lot,
right.
and that's cool for me. Like most scooter, they all look alike. They all like it's the almost like they all can come from the same factory. And when you see like Apollo scooters, oh, it's something else. They look different. They look well made. Um, and the people notice. I mean, when they see it, they're like, "Oh, that's something different."
Right. Yeah. A lot of comments about bringing the Explorer back. I'm sure Elwell is going to see those, and I'm sure there's going to be a meeting one day where he's going to come and say, "We're bringing it back." Well, who knows? Who knows? We'll see. I think for now we've got our focus is a little bit elsewhere. As Justin is saying here, Nadim is such a tease. There's always so many cards they're holding close to their chest. And Zav as well. Something's coming. You should know, Zav. Something is always coming. Something new and exciting every single time.
Yes.
Um, cool, man. Okay, I want to take just a quick scroll through the. We've got a minute left here, so quick scroll through the chat and see what's going on. Austin, some issues with the Go. Yeah, reach out to our team. They will be happy to send you a replacement for anything that might be happening on the Go. Hey guys, hey Dave, hey J Paul, what's going on? V2 the V2 Phantom, the V3 was a game changer, but then there was the Pro. That's where we're at. Exactly. It's always about that iterative process of we took the V2, we got the V3, we put in the upgrade kit, we put in the regen, we perfected the regen, and then we put it on Pro and on all the other models as well. That's kind of how we like to do things at Apollo. Other stuff here. Let's see what we've got going on. Lots and lots and lots of comments. Cool. Joseph Wilson, are there any videos or pictures of the new Apollo mirrors and scooter lock installed? Yes, we've got new videos on the product pages on the website for you to check those out to see how they go and how they fit on the scooter. J. Paul, yeah, the only scooter that I see that doesn't fit into the lineup is the Air. The other four fit really well together. Portable, range, versatility, raw fun and performance, and luxury high tech. 100% agree with you there. I think the Air is interesting. It's a good entry level scooter for people who are kind of getting recruited into the category. As JC was saying, it's not always natural for someone to come in and go for a Phantom right away. They might want to work their way up. So the Air is a pretty good option for that.
But I gotta say, the Phantom is quite a lot of scooter for the money. I mean, you can always almost get like 2 Phantoms for the price of 1 Pro. And you want to ride with your wife or your friend, and they're both 52 volts. They have like similar, not like identical performance, but close. The range is close. Of course, you don't have all the features of the Pro, but for the money, the Phantom is still a good buy for real.
Right. Yeah, totally. Cool. And then last comment here, DRGB, give us a hint for what's coming in the pipeline. Ella would be so mad at me if I gave you a hint of what's coming for the pipeline. I'd love to tell you exactly what we've got coming, but I can't. What I will say is that I expect that everyone will be in the loop very soon on what we've got.
You'll fall off your chair. I swear.
Yeah, it's next level. Honestly, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Cool, JC, man. Really appreciate the time. Thanks for joining and chatting about scooters. Wanted to get into some other stuff, but we ran a bit over.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. See you around. See you on Insiders channel. And for everyone else who is the staples in the chat, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining and participating. And
thanks, people.
Catch you next week. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Ciao. Stay awesome.